And we're back, guys. Thanks to everyone that has come over from the old channel. In case you're not familiar, I will not be posting on that channel. That's right, guys. I have my attorneys taking care of a couple multi-million dollar lawsuits. Why? Because someone is claiming ownership of my voice. It's very clear and obvious. I've been covering tennis every day for the last 4 years online. And the reality here is everyone knows I give you the rundown on tennis coverage every day. I report tennis news every day. I've been doing it for so long, no days off, refuse to lose, all day long. Tennis is life. And yeah, again, someone's claiming ownership of my voice, and it's someone that knows the channel. It's someone that's familiar with the channel because they've acknowledged that I actually report on tennis. So it's quite silly, but nonetheless, it's business. And the reality here is I have attorneys to handle that. But I've been also taking a break too because I've been going at it for so long every day. And of course, you guys are here because you love tennis. So I want to say thank you for all the love and support because it's not about me, it's really about you. So thank you. And again, I've said this time and time again. I don't do this for likes, views, or money. I don't care if I have one view, okay? It doesn't matter. That one person that finds my content interesting, I want to say thank you for the support. Now, we're going to talk about the US Open, guys. And we have Naomi Osaka. Konnichiwa, ladies and gentlemen. In case you're not familiar, she did not make the cutoff. That's right, guys. The 96 ladies that are guaranteed a spot in the tournament, Osaka's not in that 96. Now, she essentially needed to beat Emma Navarro to have that spot. And it's going to be interesting. And this is where the conversation's going to get a little juicy here. Does she get in? Does Osaka, or should I say, will Osaka get a wild card? We're going to save that for later in the video, okay? And I know what you're probably thinking already. But Emma Raducanu does not need a wild card, ladies and gentlemen, because she is in. That's right. She picked up 40 points from that historic run at SW19, making it to the fourth round. So she does not have to worry about a thing. That's right. She's in the main draw. So we are going to see what she can do. And that's going to be interesting. But there's a lot of Americans that will not be in the draw. Look at Osaka. She's so innocent. And I've talked about Osaka in the past, how, sports, they're cutthroat. Even this YouTube thing here is cutthroat. Once you start doing well and start having success, and everyone knows I report on news every day, people start to feel threatened, and they start making false claims that they own your voice. When everyone knows my content, it's fair use tennis reporting. We're covered under the 107 section Copyright Act, as well as the fair dealings doctrine. And it's a shame, but nonetheless, there's some other big names that will not be included in that 96. Of course, we have Alycia Parks from Atlanta, Georgia. She's going to have to go get it in the mud, and I think she can. I think she'll do well. I think she'll make the draw. How about Kessler McCartney, another American that's playing well? Ann Lee, she's been playing well lately, right? Emma Bedkes. So we have a lot of good players. Yana Fett, I hope Yana could get in. Ava Liz, Alexandra Sasnovich, Emiliana Arango. Listen, Susan Lemons, there's a lot. Tamara Zedinsek, Darja Simistaja, Isla Tomjanovic, Yulia Stardup-Seva. Listen, there's a lot. Sarah Balak, Panna Yudvardi, who made it last year, by the way. Jessica Ponche, Dalma Golfi, Sasha Vickery, who made it last year. Robin Montgomery, Kimberly Perel. There's a lot of solid. Nuria Diaz, Linda Favertova, Taylor Preston. Listen, there's a Elsa Jacquemont. I can keep going. Claire Liu. Listen, there's a lot of Olga Denlovic. There's a Hunter Storm. There's a lot of Leola Janjan. This draw for the U.S. Open is going to be stacked. Maria Timofeva. Listen, guys, this draw is going to be stacked. These qualifying matches for the U.S. Open are going to be stacked. Now let's get to the question. Will Osaka be in the main? Of course she will. Osaka's going to get a wild card. Now, I'm going to throw out a couple wild cards that I think will get in for sure. Osaka, without a doubt. 2-time slam champion. She will be there. Do not worry. She's in there. Okay? If Osaka does not get a wild card in the U.S. Open, then I'm not going. Matter of fact, I'm not going ever again. If Osaka does not get a wild card into the U.S. Open, then I will never go back to the U.S. Open again. And those tickets are expensive. And every year, because we donate to a lot of the organizations, every year they give us the discount seating and all that stuff. And by the way, those prices are still astronomical. But they give us the discount seating. We buy our tickets early. But the reality here is if Osaka doesn't get in, then I want a refund. Can you imagine Osaka not getting in the U.S. Open as a wild card? Not going to happen. She's in. So she's in. Emma's in. Yes, that amazing run. So the U.S. Open is going to be stacked. But these are the wild cards I have. I have Venus Williams getting in. You have to let Venus in. And I think this will be her last tournament. I think it has to. Venus Williams is in. Some other players I think are going to get in. U.S. Open Junior Slam champ Robin Montgomery is in the building. You have to let her in. Now, Sasha made qualifiers last year, so I don't think she's a lock to get in. And she just got into the French Open. In case you're not familiar, she played as an early teenager. Her folks took her to France, and she had a very solid career in France as well as the U.S., winning a lot of junior championships. So Sasha Victory, she was the I don't think she didn't win the Orange Bowl. She won the junior U.S. She won one of those big tournaments, but nonetheless, Sasha had a very good junior career, and a lot of that started in France as well as the U.S. So she got into the French Open. People were shocked, like, why her? Because she was kind of a big deal in France. I think Robin Montgomery's got to be a lock as a junior slam champ. So I think she's in. I would love to see Alycia Parks get in, I think she deserves it. She's big time. Alycia Parks is big time, guys. Atlanta, Georgia. You heard that Kendrick Lamar song, Not Like Us. When Atlanta was a mecca. Come on. She's from Atlanta, Georgia. You have to let her in. Venus, Alycia, Robin, Osaka. Those have to be locks, ladies and gentlemen. Now, a lot of other players there. Ann Lee, good junior career, right? At 14, she set the record as, the youngest to win a championship in like how many years. So she was big time as a junior, but I don't know what's happened there. I don't really see, what other Americans? She's on the cuff. She's what? I think she's around 101, so she'll just miss the cutoff point. But I think Haley can go qualify. I don't know if Haley Baptiste gets a wild card over Alycia Parks. Definitely not Robin. Robin's a junior slam champ. She'll get in. But there's a lot of players that just barely made it, like Camila Osorio, right? She's solid. Ocean Dodden, I don't know if she's healthy. She did. I want to say last year I saw her. Who did she play? She choked. Was it Laura Sigmund? No, was it? And this is a question for you guys. Last year, U.S. Open qualifiers, who did Ocean Dodden lose to? Was it Laura Sigmund or am I? Now, Laura played, hang on a minute. Laura played Coco in the first round, but was she a qualifier? Okay, I'm having a brain freeze because I was at that match. Who I do know that Dowden was up and she won the first set and she choked. I think it was Laura Sigmund, guys. I'm pretty sure I saw that match and it was Laura Sigmund because Ocean won the first set in a blowout fashion. And then, yeah, it was Laura because Laura came back with the bagel. And I'm like, how did she lose? And then, so Ocean would have played Coco just like I think they played at Miami. Am I Miami this year, right? Didn't they play in Miami? And didn't she win the first set over Coco in Miami in the third round? No, she didn't win the first set. She was up like 4-2 and Coco had to come back. That's right. But nonetheless, look, I think the U.S. Open is going to be good. All right, we all know Coco's going to be the second seed. She's the reigning and defending champion, and Iga's going to be the top seed. But here's the thing here, right? Here's the thing. I think Coco, to be honest with you, I think it's going to be tough for her to repeat. Having having the chance to play in France. Now, this is her first Olympic. Remember, guys, last time in Japan, she had COVID, right? Remember the pandemic? And she could not compete. She was very, very sad. But a lot of the Americans really supported her, which is really great. And actually Emma Navarro, who just beat Coco at SW19, she talked about how it's good and healthy to have good relationships with all the other American players. Me personally, I think because Coco's so popular, she kind of has a target on her back. So I do think it's time though for Coco to move on from playing with Pegula. I think it's time. I just think it's time. You know, it's like the Americans know Coco's game better than anyone, right? She's struggling now against the Americans. Look, Pegula, I mean, even though she owns a head to head against Navarro, but Pegula has, I mean, that championship that she won in Berlin, that was Coco's title. And Emma SW19, that's her title. I mean, technically, Coco had a good chance to win the Australian Open and Wimbledon. So, but nonetheless, yeah, I think it's time for Coco to move on from playing doubles with Pegula. That's just my opinion. And a lot of people have said that as well. A lot of people have made comments about that in the past. But I think it's going to be tough coming from clay to hard because I don't see Coco. She's not going to play DC. She's not going to defend that title. So she's losing 500 points. If Sabalenka plays DC, Sabalenka will be back in the number 2 spot. So that's going to be tough. Toronto is going to be her first tournament back, assuming she plays, right? I'm sure she'll play that. She's got to get her footing back. She'll be a little rusty, right? Players like Ons and Sabalenka, Keys that aren't going to the Olympics, they'll be accustomed to the court. Well, Keys, let's hope Keys is healthy, by the way. Okay. Any update on Keys? Anyone comment below? But I think if she can get hot again at the Western and Southern Open in Cincinnati, she'll have a good chance to defend there because I think Iga's going to miss one of those tournaments. So Coco's going as a number 2 seed or potentially number 3 seed. We'll see what happens. She's going to have to win one of those tournaments. And then if she can repeat at the U.S. Open, then look, she'll keep her number 2 ranking. But I think it's going to be tough. I think this U.S. Open is going to be very competitive. We have Mukova back. Don't forget that. We have Osaka back. Okay, those are 2 players right there that are really solid that could just disrupt the draw. And then you have all the veterans, Svitolina, Caroline Wozniacki. You got these qualifiers that are coming up. The last slam of the season, and for the most part, it's been a long, grueling season. A lot of players have been complaining about the schedule. A lot of players are not healthy. But you're going to see the best out of everyone at the U.S. Open. The U.S. Open is the biggest tournament in tennis. I say it all the time. If you want to be a star in today's tennis, you have to win the U.S. Open. Can Coco repeat? That's the question for you. But the theme of the video, guys, who gets in? I think Osaka gets in without a doubt. If Osaka does not get in, I'm never going to the U.S. Open again. And I'm not going to say that if she's not going to get in. So I know she's going to get in. I think Venus gets in. And I think Robin Montgomery's a lock to get in as well. But does Alycia Parks get in? I think so. I think when we're talking about upcoming Americans, aside from Coco, I mean, we all know Pagula, we know Emma Navarro, they're in. Aside from the players that are already in, you know, the Sloan, the Danielle Collins, all those amazing ladies, the Madison Keys, it's Alycia Parks. She's the biggest American. She is. So comment below, guys. Tennis in a minute. I'm back. But again, I'm probably going to, I probably won't be posting that much on this channel right now. Again, you know, as my attorneys take care of the old channel and they filed the lawsuit. We're going to go through that process, and I'll keep you guys updated. But nonetheless, I probably won't be posting. I've been posting tennis every day, excuse me, guys, for the last 4 years. So I'll probably take a little break, enjoy the summer a little bit. But I'll be posting here and there. But nonetheless, I want to thank you guys for love and support. Subscribe to the channel. When I do post, make sure you like the video. You have to like the video, guys, again, because, you know, this whole YouTube thing, it's very shady. Okay, we all know that. We all know the system's rigged. We all know that. This YouTube system is horrible. It's a very shady system. Just like everything nowadays. Everything's shady. Athletics, everything is shady. Everything is corrupt. Wherever there's money, it's a corrupt system. It's the world we live in. Let's just face it. Which is why I say always come with good energy. Put your best foot forward. Keep it classy, right? Like Venus Williams, like Michelle Obama said, right? When they aim low, look, we remain high. And that's really how we're going to keep it. So thank you guys for the love and support. But again, like the video. You have to support the new channel, okay? They use all of these algorithms and stuff like that, even though we know they're all shady. But it does help when you like the video and drop a positive comment. So thanks for listening this far, and stay tuned for the next video. See you guys soon.